Today, I intend to share with you a family secret. I intend to speak on a food that I have been consuming ever since I can remember. It is part of the traditions of my father's family. We were agriculturists, and even today we are basically agriculturists. And all or most of our food material used to come from our own resources. And even today, to some extent, it does. This food is a divine food, which is spoken of in ancient Sanskrit literature, which is mentioned in numerous ancient Sanskrit maxims and proverbs. It has to be consumed only once a day, and it is very effective in easing your digestion, in preventing heart attack, in controlling blood sugar. But I shall not speak on these aspects because I would like to focus my attention exclusively on the impact of this wonder food on the mental, psychological, intellectual dimensions of the consumer. What is this divine food? This divine food is ghee or clarified butter. As I said, we were agriculturists, we are agriculturists, we had a gaushala, we have a gaushala even now, and we have always produced our own ghee. How much ghee can you consume? You can consume 1 teaspoon of ghee every day, that's the minimum, and a maximum of 4 or 5 teaspoons of ghee per day. I am someone who has been consuming ghee all my life, and so I think I can afford to consume more than 1 teaspoon of ghee. If you're new to ghee, I would advise you to consume only 1 teaspoon of ghee every day. As I said, ghee is capable of easing digestion, and if you consume a little more than what your body requires, it can cause a running stomach. So I think you should start with 1 teaspoon of ghee every day. How should you consume it? It should be consumed along with hot rice. You can mix it with hot rice and perhaps also dal. Or you can consume it along with a morsel of hot rice. The ideal way to consume ghee is to consume it along with rice. How does ghee, the consumption of ghee, have such a comprehensive impact on the mental, psychological, intellectual, cerebral dimensions of the person? We in India have never seen the body as something completely disconnected, completely detached from the brain, from the mind, from the intellect, even from the soul. Of course, the soul is very different from the body. It does not undergo mutation. It is not affected by those things which affect the body, but still the soul occupies the body. And The starting point for every spiritual exercise, every spiritual attainment has to be the body. The consumption of ghee has a dynamic and comprehensive influence on the brain, the mind, the memory, the intellect of the person consuming it. The influence of ghee on the mental, psychological, intellectual, even spiritual dimensions of the person consuming it is beyond the analysis, the evaluation, and the comprehension of Western science. But we in India have always believed that, to some extent at least, you are what you eat. The Bhagavad Gita, for example, differentiates human beings into personality types and identifies the food preferences of the human beings belonging to each personality type. I say this on the strength of my personal experience, on the strength of the authority that I've gained as a result of my lifelong personal experience. If you start consuming ghee every day in the manner I have explained in this discussion, you will find that there are significant differences in the non physical dimensions of yourself within the first 48 days, within one mandala. And in 1 year, you will discover that there has been a phenomenal improvement to the non physical dimensions of yourself. Your brain will become razor sharp. Your memory will become dynamic and powerful, and your intellectual insight will become devastating.